Hi, welcome back. We're going to keep going on the back of this homework. This is homework 5 vocab, but then on homework 6 now we're going back through and solving for these. Okay, so, and in fact, while I was in between tapings here, I think I figured out maybe an easier way to do this on the calculator that I didn't know, but another student had showed me. So let's take a look, see if it comes up. So adjacent, I can't pick ka or toa, no cosine, no tangent, so I can pick that one. Sine of 16 is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so to solve, I'm going to multiply both sides by 18. So sine of 16 times 18. The sine of 16 is this decimal times 18. So this is interesting. The 6 would round this up. So $4.96 would round up to 5.0. Okay. Now, maybe an easier way to type this in. Let's see if it would work. 18 times the sine of 16. 18 times the sine of 16, but again, I have to type in 16 sine, enter. I did get the same. So some kids are typing it in this direction. I actually type it in this direction because I have to type the 16 and then the sine to find out what the sine of 16 is. But again, I'll show you that again. I could type 18 times the sine of 16, but I can't hit that button first. I just did 16 and then the sine, enter, there it is. Got the same exact answer rounded up to the 5. Next, I don't have an adjacent. So this one's like the last one. My trig function should be sine. So the sine of 22 degrees is opposite x over hypotenuse, 34. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 34. And we get 34 times the sine of 22. I could do it forward or backwards. 34 times the sine of 22. But I have to hit 22 sine and then enter. So I get 12.7. I can double check by going backwards. Okay, so going backwards would be 22 sine, right, times 34. Enter. There we go. Same one. Next, no opposite. So I don't have any opposite information, so that's not going to work. That one's, so I want cosine. So the cosine of 63 is adjacent over hypotenuse. And now I'd like to switch spots with this. So I can put the x there and the cosine of 63 down at the bottom. Okay. Now I also think that this will work. I can type it in as written. Let's double check that. 23 divided by the cosine of 63. Enter. I get 50.7. Now I didn't type in the parentheses, so I was a little scared the calculator wouldn't do it, but let's try it again. 23 divided by parentheses, 63 cosine in parentheses, I get the same answer. So whether or not I put in the parentheses, I'm realizing that is not necessarily required. So one more time, 23 divided by the cosine of 63 is 50.7. There we go. Let's keep going. I don't have, so I'm going to put so, just so we can reference this. No hypotenuse, so I got to pick tangent. So the tangent of 31 is opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. And again, typing it in forward or backwards. 10 times 31 tangent, enter. 60.0 is x, or 6.0, excuse me. Next one, I don't have an opposite, so I have nothing to plug in here or here, so I've got to pick cosine. So the cosine of 74 is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now I'd like to switch spots there. That's the number 19. So I'm going to rewrite the problem x up here and the cosine of 74 down here. And now I just have to type that in the calculator. 19 divided by the cosine of 74. light went out. Sorry about that. 19 divided by the cosine of 74. So 19 divided by the cosine of 74, 68.9. Since there's a 3 there, I'll keep the 9 and 9. Now I'm just going to type that in another time just to double check my work. 19 divided by the cosine of 74, enter. Yep, got the same answer. Next, I don't have an adjacent, so I'm going to pick sine. The sine of 40 is opposite over hypotenuse, so opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 20, get my answer. So 20 times the sine of 40. 20 times the sine of 40, enter, 12.9. The 8 rounds up to 9. Now, I could also go backwards, 40 sine, so that's the sine of 40, and I want to multiply by 20. Same answer. Okay. Next one, no adjacent. So that's like this one. We needed to pick the sine function. So the sine of 43 degrees is opposite x over the hypotenuse, 22, multiply both sides by 22. So 22 times the sine of 43. I get 15.0. I'm going to double check that. I could go backwards as well. So 43 sine times 22. Bam, 15.0. Next, we got no adjacent again. So all three of these should all be sine because we don't have adjacent. So sine is the function that we use when we know opposite and hypotenuse. So the opposite is, oh, that's weird. That's 37 and that's 37. That's totally okay. This is 37 degrees though, and that's a length of 37. And then the hypotenuse is x. So I want to switch spots here. So I'll put the x here in the sine of 37. Okay. And now I just got to type this in the calculator. So 37 divide by the sine of 37. 37 sine, enter, 61.5. I'm going to type that in again. 37 divide by, I'm going to put the parentheses in because I feel a little bit, sine of 37. I still get the same answer, 61.5. That's it, folks. I've done every question. That's how you do trig. See you in class.